The Seattle Seahawks team preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kram?
Dog. Well, hey, Sean. Hello to the city of Seattle, maybe Vancouver, perhaps.
Nice. Shout out to Seattle.
Maybe Portland.
Oregon doesn't like football. Joining us in studio from the Bottom Line Bombs podcast.
Oh,
you know him, you love him. CJ Sullivan, aka the man in the box. What's happening, CJ?
What's up to the beautiful Pacific Northwest? They like him in Oregon, even out there in Goonies land.
You can find some now coastal Oregon. We can find
well, yeah, Cannon Beach. I was out last year when I like to clear my head. You know, they're much bigger Ducks fans and Portland State fans up there as well.
Yes,
but they were very high. I mean, they employed everyone to invest in Bucky Irving last year, and they were turned out right.
Yeah,
yeah, good call by the Ducks.
They like ball, some ball.
They do like some ball.
Some
ball.
Sure.
What do they like? Their Portland Timbers as well.
They do love the Timbers.
It is awesome how they have a guy chainsawing logs on the sideline. I will tip my hat to that.
I mean, you're called the Timbers.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, aren't they kind of anti cutting the trees down?
It's probably some of them. Reforesting, you would call it.
It feels interesting. Feels like an interesting dilemma.
We got 32 NFL team previews. We're fresh off our recording of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kramer and CJ super high on the Jags. I'm a little less high, but tune in to get all our predictions there. And of course, each episode of the NFL team previews revealing one word as part of a 32 word phrase. This episode's word is the. Very simple. THE. The is the word for the Seattle Seahawks.
These words have been just jumping off the page.
It's almost like you gotta listen in order and put them together, right? To form some sort of written down sentence.
Here. I won't say it out loud. I got it right in front of me. I got team name and word. I'm keeping track of everything.
So let's talk about these Seattle Seahawks 2025. But we got to go back. We start from last year, 2024 Seattle Seahawks. I know I was kind of skeptical of the Seahawks. Kramer, I think, also shared some skepticism. You know, losing Pete Carroll, new head coach. What was their? They went 10-7 straight up, but they weren't great ATS. 6-10-1 ATS. Their win total was at 7.5. We were both on the under for the Seattle Seahawks. They did get to their over there. Well, we also have a clip from.
We can do. You want that first?
Yeah, why not? This is. I don't know why this popped up when I was checking out the Seahawks subreddit. Of course, this is an entrance video with Jalen Milroe and Drew Lock and Sam Darnold. But it starts off with Milroe, and then it just look at him going nuts. You know, getting the crowd hyped. Just Sam Darnold with this, it just looks like kind of a huge dork with like a dainty little run.
He looks like a guy. I'll play it in. He looks like a guy running off to chase his kid.
It's like you're right. Almost a jog. It's like one of those moments where you realize your coach had said no walking on the practice field, so he's like technically not walking.
Running, sure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jalen Milroe is very happy.
I mean, you want to talk about Jalen Milroe is pretty interesting. Of course, we're doing a bunch of best ball drafts. if something was to happen to Sam,
I'd rather have that guy as my quarterback, though. To be honest with you, the guy who jogs like that, who has a big square head.
He knows he doesn't have to.
I don't want my quarterback. I don't want my quarterback doing these antics.
He doesn't need to waste that energy.
Absolutely not.
Nice and common reserve. So let's talk about the 2024 season. Kind of go through their big picture. They were 10-7. They didn't get into the playoffs.
Nope.
There was a 5-team tiebreaker. It's interesting. Like, you go back and you look at the Seahawks. They've had a lot of wins for a team that hasn't had many obviously not much playoff success. They have the 11th most wins in the NFL at 28 over the past few years, 14th in average DVOA since 2022, 3 straight winning seasons. Only one of only 8 teams that can make that claim. They don't get blown out. 14th with just 10 double-digit losses. In the Geno Smith era, and now obviously different era. We were really low, 5-12, 6-11 on the Seahawks. They got there easily at 10-7, but they weren't good ATS, 6-10-1.
We weren't huge believers in the coach.
No,
still kind of not, but maybe I'm
well, and then
wrong
Geno Smith. I think just looking through their advanced stuff, the defense I think should still be pretty good. It was one of the better defenses DVOA since the Legion of Boom. I think the defense is like probably maybe a top 10 defense depending on what metrics you're looking at. Certainly the big news: getting rid of DK Metcalf, getting rid of Geno Smith, bringing in Sam Darnold, Tyler Lockett, get rid of him. Obviously JSN should expect to continue to improve here. Had a good year last year when he had 100 catches. They got by with only with a really pretty bad offensive line last year. Now they draft Gray Zabel in the first round, hoping to upgrade him there. Yeah, it's weird. I looked at the yards attempt for Darnold, 7.6 in the 14 career games in a dome, 6.7 yards per attempt in the 64 games outside. It does fall off a bit. If you're worried about, hey, was that a one-hit wonder for Darnold? They did a deep dive in the Football Outsiders or whatever it's called now, of guys who had a negative DVOA and then had like a big jump one year. And actually it wasn't as bad as you would think, like for the rest of their years. A couple of the other guys that made the list was Alex Smith, Jake Plummer, Randall Cunningham. Although I don't know, that's kind of interesting because he didn't start for a while. Vinny Testaverde was a guy who bad DVOA. Ryan Fitzpatrick, bad DVOA, then had a really good year and was, whatever, like competent after that. I think it depends. Like,
it's not exactly a who's who of like top QBs.
No, but I'm saying, like, to the point, they didn't go back completely horrible.
I'm just saying the outliers are still very mid.
Well, that's what Sam's trying to be, though. But they'll be happy if Sam is mid, I believe. If he's,
I think so.
Like
yeah.
that,
and they fired their offensive coordinator, Grubb, and then they bring in Clint Kubiak. Kramer, I hate that. You were not high on the swap Grubb for Kubiak.
No, I'm fine. You want to? So I was throwing shade at the idea that this is a coach that already has fired an offensive coordinator, and his choice to bring one, like, his bring-in choice is Clint Kubiak. This is on the same level as a Brian Schottenheimer head coach hire. We know what Clint Kubiak is. He's a bum. He had 2 games there where
Saints.
we're like, whoa.
Yeah, New Orleans Saints
and
last
then
year.
How'd that season go the rest of the year?
Not ideal. 49ers passing game coordinator 23.
Not just because your last name is Kubiak. I mean, you can't assume all the kids are going to have it.
But we were saying this is why he did it, though. And Grubb from the UW probably shouldn't have been fired with that kind of a season that he had. The 10 wins, the offense was fine. I mean, but McDonald really just didn't like how he called too many passes.
He's got a type.
And
he's got a type.
Gene, exactly. He's like, he wanted someone to be boring. I think Sam Darnold is in part with it too. He wants someone that's just going to do play action and not throw the ball away. And they want to run the ball, so they brought in Kubiak basically to do that. I don't know if they have the O-line for it, but.
Yeah, for their offensive line. Now, part of it was they struggled interior wise. They draft Gray Zabel in the first round, spending that on a rookie guard. they have to be pretty good for that to make sense. So,
but Sean, you'd like this. It's noted that the turning point, the red flag, the whole thing, like kind of like Waller when he became a lead blocker, realizing what am I doing with my life?
I got a music video.
I need to get out of here. I have music videos to make. When the Seahawks lost to the Giants at home last year, that was a turning point where he said, "That's it. He has to go. Because that's what he's like. We just have to take a knee almost so we can beat this team." That's how it is. So everyone got fired because that's what the Giants do to you if you lose to them at home.
So that yeah. I mean, the problem
they had
is
in that 6-3 win over the Bears.
I have zero confidence. Like, yeah, to me, they're a team that punched a little over their weight last year. They then cleared all the good players out of the locker room.
Oh wow!
I mean, am I wrong? You don't think? I mean, we're
brought
all
in Cooper Kupp.
We're all laughing about the
MVS.
The way that Malik Neighbors is talking about Russ compared to Daniel Jones is quite comical. You don't think there's some players in the locker room that are looking at Sam Darnold and be like, man, Gino was a little bit different kind of guy than this guy over here. We just watched the jog off.
I don't know. The
Cooper Kupp, you get rid of DK Metcalf. Maybe the Cooper Kupp is an upgrade, but will he be healthy?
Cooper Kupp's interesting. Kind of a going back to home. I think Cooper Kupp has a chip on his shoulder. I just don't know how much he has left in the tank. I'm not worried about it. And Darnold, the locker room seemed to love Darnold. The problem with Darnold was he kind of fell off towards the end of the season.
Kinda.
And the Rams
two games.
He lost a lot of money.
It was 2 games.
The Rams totally figured him out. And newsflash, they have to play the Rams twice.
I'll say this: Seattle's got a bad offensive line. Minnesota had a bad offensive line last year, and I know O'Connell's the quarterback whisperer. He played well until the end, and a lot of it was his fault too, the way he would hold on to the ball and not make decisions. But the O-line did him no favor, so I think he's used to it, and I think they're going to have a more conservative style for him where he's not sitting back there waiting for 3 different receivers to do 40-yard routes.
I would say, though, I wonder. I mean, we're also a Sam Darnold hit away from Drew Lock.
Well, do you think Drew Lock over Jalen Milroe?
I know the highlights have been fun, but by all accounts, Milroe's not very close. He's probably not being ready.
Yeah, a whopping 45% of Darnold's total dropbacks lasted 3+ seconds. Number 1 in the NFL by a wide margin. Now, Geno Smith was the complete opposite. He had to get rid of the ball so quick, in part because their offensive line, probably part because of what they were dealing. Now, to your point, CJ, he was trying to throw the ball down the field to Justin Jefferson, and the deep ball splits with and without Jefferson pretty big. But I mean, hey, it's Justin Jefferson. Why would you not, chuck it down to him? But it obviously he was 11.5% DVOA throwing to Justin Jefferson deep, -4.6 throwing to anyone else. So, which kind of makes sense. I mean, some of that's a receiver, but will Darnold be able to? What are we getting out of Darnold? I mean, that's the biggest question I think for this team.
Yeah, it would be crazy. I mean, it's not the kind of thing I would want to bet on based on his past performance. Coming off a year, so let's assume everyone's right, and Kevin O'Connell is a genius. So you're coming out of the best possible scenario with one of the better receiving
going to Clint
cores.
Kubiak schemed up plays.
I mean, Clint Kubiak just feels like if Kevin O'Connell made a couple wrong decisions and was living under the bridge. That's Clint Kubiak. He's a homeless man's offensive coordinator. I don't see the excitement. You could have done so much here. Now, perhaps this is a system match. Okay, we got Sam Darnold. It's a system match. He's going to be able to run it well. Okay, we haven't talked about the running backs. That's where this goes right.
Yeah,
if it goes right, you got Kenneth Walker and
Zach Charbonnet. Awesome.
Zach Charbonnet, who we love both of them, and if they're able to get it done, it's because the running game works. But even then, you have to pass the ball at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And again, you're insane to go into a season with Drew Lock as your backup. The Giants just did it. It was not a good idea. This is insane to do that.
Well, and you look at the close win stuff. Well, first off, their Pythag was 8.7. They won 10 games.
They were way over there.
They were 3-1 in 3-point games, 6-2 in one score
I
games.
think you guys just both missed on the market. I was all in on Seattle. They were a buzz team last year.
It's true.
And,
I am anti-McDonald.
Right.
So I'm just a bit of a carryover.
McDonald's a great defensive coach, and he
is.
And not only is our defense good, but he revamped that with like mid-season. Like he overhauled it and got them playing great towards the end of last year, and now they're going to be loaded for this year. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants to base it on: his defense and run the ball and just not turning it over. He wants to be a conservative. He doesn't want. They don't need Sam Darnold to be like he was last year. They just want Sam Darnold just to be, a mediocre.
But let's not forget, we also the really bad Sam Darnold. That's the part where I guess what I'm calling.
They don't want
out.
that. And that's where Sean's stats came in, where they don't slip down that. But they're not great, but they don't slip down to being as bad as they were.
Well, also, you don't want to look at the outdoor splits either. He's He's much better in a dome.
Yeah.
He just works better. And again, it's the floor. It's the outcome where he looks really bad because he's getting hit all the time.
He also never played at a team that had 12 guys on a side. And in Seattle, you had a 12th man that can legally play for your team. So,
yeah, Seahawks are going to be an interesting team to break down as we talk about their schedule. 95.7 yards per game, 28th in the league. But they're committed now, maybe more to the run. Some of that was, and Kenneth Walker missed a decent chunk of games. But Zach Charbonnet, I think, is really fun, massive upside. All right, before we get to the schedule, of course, head over to mybookie.ag. Toss us a bone, toss yourself a bone. It's the bone zone over there. Mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. You deposit with that sweet cryptocurrency. Make it super easy to deposit, withdrawal. 100% match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply on the rollover. So read the fine print there. And so many ways to win. You got the live casino, the early cash out, a bunch of fun futures options over there. Get it all. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is going to bet you with props. 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Good times are always being had over on Rhythm. We got, they've been dominating MLB, WNBA player props, NFL, right around the corner, college football. Try the 7-day free trial. You can start building your own models or just do what they do with the power trends. The power trends continue to be on a nice run here. Great for sides or totals. Now, this is a power trend. The Rhythm power trend likes the Angels. -1.5 on the run line at +163. That is coming from my MLB model as well. So let's go Angels against Patrick Corbin. Always a fun guy to fade. Angels laying 1.5 +163. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Get your 7-day free trial today.
You got a baseball model?
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Yep. Shout out to
Are we not focused?
Oh, laser focused. Shout out to the astronaut in the chat.
Smoking my weed.
Look, real quick, looking at that stat you have up there, John Schneider, general manager, hired in 2010, so he got him the Super Bowl. He's part of the Super Bowl Seahawks. He's got to go, right? If this thing turns bad this year,
it is crazy. Some guys,
15 years.
Some guys like John Schneider, Mickey Loomis, they must come with the building,
right?
Or
I think in some
they know
cases,
where the bodies are buried.
In some case, like this is his second coach, right?
Yeah.
So you got to look at it like that.
But
Mickey
also,
Loomis,
Mickey Loomis is crazier. John Schneider, and again, these guys
Mickey
probably
Loomis
have
is on Coach 3, right?
Yeah, but you probably have a relationship with the owner, and you're in pretty good. And maybe some of these guys are kind of puppety GMs where they do the bidding for the owner, they get along well with them, so they're not maybe on the hot seat that they should be.
Understands how to spread his cheeks. All right, let's.
Speaking of Wilkins,
well, I can't wait for him to be on the Giants. Seahawks win total 7.5. Again, this is as much as I want to be a hater, this is probably a more fair number. Make is +180. I do think this division could get multiple teams in. -225 for the miss, +550 to win the division, 29-1 to win the conference, and 55-1 to win the Super Bowl. Those feel very short, very short. I like you know, if I was being optimistic, I could maybe talk my way around a division price.
Yeah,
but the conference and Super Bowl prices seem comically short. So you look at the schedule. This is why there's some optimism, and there is just a little bit of juice on the over. But fairly
5.5 biggest dog at Washington,
and fairly easy schedule. And then they have decent advantage in the rest game. And like Sean said, they're never really going against a team that's going to completely outclass them in theory. Now, again, lots of questions about the offense, and they certainly will have some tests early for that offense as they open up against the Niners and Robert Saleh at home. And then with divisional games, so I haven't really thought about it. I typically do the chop. We'll see. At Pittsburgh, that's a tough spot. New Orleans at home and at Arizona. Are we going to, Sean, like Darnold outside? Are we at all worried about this?
Well, cold weather Darnold, I feel like part of the reason he struggled in New York was his ability to handle outdoors, his ability not to feel completely comfortable in the pocket. Now, maybe they do get him adjusted. Clint Kubiak gets him adjusted to this new system. Maybe they are pounding the rock. You know, their formula to pound the rock and play good defense does make sense if Darnold protects the ball. But Darnold has had some interception issues, and you know, are they going to hit the ground running against San Francisco's defense? You bring in Saleh. I think that's going to be. It's at home at least for a division game, but then you got to go to the East Coast against the Steelers. Now Steelers playing kind of like an emotional revenge game week 1 against the Jets. You get the Saints at home. Obviously, they're big favorites against Saints for a reason. Laying 6.5 at Arizona.
The Clint Kubiak revenge spot.
I don't know if I'm sure Kramer's going to be super lathered up about the Cardinals.
And that is a Thursday night game. So road Thursday night is always tough. And so is at Pittsburgh. I think 2-2 is the best case scenario for this Seattle team. But if you're being pessimistic, are you picking them week 1? You've thought about the card.
I might go San Francisco. I got to do a deeper dive on kind of how they've done historically.
San Francisco, another team. I have no idea. I have no idea how they're going to start the season. 2-2 does seem in the realm.
Yeah,
I'll say
CJ.
2-2.
CJ, what are you doing? You seem cautiously optimistic about this.
I like the Seahawk team, but I think, and I do like that model they're doing of the defense and run the ball and like keep it conservative. Now that means you're not going to blow out any teams. Like I'd be even weary laying 6.5 even against the terrible Saints, just because of that style.
Oh yeah, you're not laying 6.5
no,
with this team.
But I will say this: they're beating the Niners to open up the season. Absolutely. The Niners, like you said, Niners week 1. Who knows? Pearsall, Jennings. They're rotating. Who's getting hurt? Who's coming in there? I think early on, yes, the Niners have a weak schedule. This is not one of those games. Tough divisional game at Seattle. 12 men out there. They're beat that. Pittsburgh, like you said, off the Jets game. That's a tough game. Very similar styles. Arizona, you said it's a Thursday night game.
Thursday night.
Yeah, that's a loss. So I'll give you 2. 2-2. I could push 3-1 though, beating Pittsburgh and New Orleans.
Sean, the Niners have owned Seattle recently in Seattle.
That's what I mean. That's why they're gonna be so hyped up.
So maybe we go 1-3.
So they're locked. No, so they're locked in on this. They know this. This is what all summer long is for this game for the Niners. This is their prove it game, and then you have the letdown versus Steelers.
Yeah, I mean,
beat the Saints in the revenge game. Lose Arizona.
Formula is pretty simple. I think they're gonna beat the Saints, and then they're gonna win one of their division games. So I'll go 2-2. Kramer, where are you at?
All right, 2-2, but I can't see myself taking the Seahawks week 1 against the Niners.
Oh, we have time.
You can give out
week
a
1
podcast
podcast.
while you're at it. Then
1-3. 1-3.
1-3.
Yeah, 1-3.
okay.
CJ, you are 2-2
for
2-2. Very reasonable. Now, again, going back to if they pound the rock and play good defense, if you pound the rock and play good defense, you're hoping to win close score games, which they did at a really high rate last year. Maybe the ball doesn't bounce right the same way is the concern.
Well, I mean, Geno still Geno. Yes, he was an upgrade for passing and pushing the ball downfield, but he is definitely a little loose with the ball.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess we'll also see about how well the offense looks with Cooper Kupp and JSN.
Yeah.
Next 4, Tampa Bay, the Bucks at Jacksonville, Houston. You get the mid-season bye. I guess you like that. That Houston game is Monday night, and then coming off the bye, you have Washington, the Commander football team, Redskins, on the road there. So no back-to-back road spots up until this point. And again, nothing but relatively short numbers here.
Real quick in the chat, shout out to Alex saying Darnold played in the NFC North last year in a cold weather division and won 14 games. Come on, Alex. The NFC North is not always a cold weather division because the Vikings and the Lions play in a dome. So let's real quick look back. The only cold weather game he had was at Chicago.
Yeah.
And if you remember that game, that was an insane game. They did win 30-27 OT, but the rest were home games or at Detroit. And maybe you could say at Seattle, but it wasn't like bone.
I'm
chill.
with Alex a bit here. With the you're pushing the cold weather front a little too much because listen, he's got maybe some bad stats in cold weather because he was Sam Darnold. I don't think it has nothing to do with the weather. I mean, Sam Darnold was bad for a long time.
That's true. And then he had 1 year.
Right. No, absolutely. The examples are definitely more that he's going to be bad than good, but that's not what we're working on here.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he played well last year, but
played great.
The point is he didn't really have a ton of tricky outdoor spots.
Okay.
Maybe he won't have those spots.
Maybe
this year.
a nor'easter will come through. Yeah.
I
Maybe the environment will change.
I'm not seeing a ton of tough spots here, but
right.
He
what
does
cold
have
weather?
some warm weather coming.
Pittsburgh
up.
in September will not be cold. It'll be Pittsburghy, but it won't be cold.
I do think the offense being not the offense he was in last year is a big deal. I also think him getting completely skull fucked at the end of the year.
I don't see any cold games. I see Washington and San Fran's muggy, but that's week 18.
That's a little chilly. Those bundle up.
You got a sweater on there.
Seattle is just. I feel like the
Seattle itself.
Worth
Yes.
noting
Right.
that the Rams do play in an open air stadium. So.
Shout out to the
Open
super
smog.
chat as well.
Yeah.
All right, so Tampa, Houston home games, and then you have at Jacksonville, at Washington. So a stretch where you're not playing a single divisional game.
No back-to-back road games.
No back-to-back
in this
road
stretch, although they
games.
do have 2 separate instances of back-to-back road games.
Again, Houston is Monday Night Football randomly.
Okay.
Houston is coming off the bye week as well, so a little bit of an advantage spot for them. Jags are that's a sandwich between a Kansas City Monday night game and the trip across the pond. So that's actually a tough spot for the Jags. Now I have the Jags winning there, but I wanted
It's a tough travel spot.
Wanted to highlight that
for
for
Seattle.
You. Well, that's what I mean. Seattle has a tough, and then like you said, the Houston rest advantage.
I mean, it's a non-conference game where you're going to the other. I think Seattle to Jacksonville is the longest travel, domestically in America for the NFL. Tampa Bay
domestically.
Yeah, you got a layover in Atlanta. You got a connection.
Well, I don't want to
get
get some fucking comment. Well, actually, the 49ers when they play in Spain is a much longer flight.
Good point. I'm looking at teams that have bad offensive lines like Houston, and Jacksonville. This Seattle defensive line is great. With not Byron Murphy, Jaron Reed, Hankins, all of them. Leonard Wilkins they added in their corners of Rick Woolen and Witherspoon, who might be the best tandem in the league. I don't know. I just see those kind of D lines giving teams like Houston a problem. Like I see Seattle Monday night kind of running through them like that defensively. Like those are the ones you're going to look for. Seattle going to have an advantage. Jacksonville the same thing. Like you said, it is a intercontinental flight. Is that what we? Like to cross, which is not easy. But Seattle. Actually, even under Pete Carroll and McDonald, we're pretty good on the road. last year. I think during day games that you would surprisingly would think because of the hyped up cross country early flights at 10. I believe they were like 3-0 10 a.m. road games last year, and under Pete Carroll they were like 7-1 or something at one stretch. So I'm not too worried about that travel spot. And that's what did we say? Jacksonville's playing Monday night versus the Chiefs the week before.
Yeah,
we already had that as a hot tub victory. So
yes.
Yeah, I have them 3-1.
It's a sandwich box. They go to London the next week as well.
We do have some breaking news. Rookie running back, not rookie running back, second year guy, Kenny McIntosh for the Seahawks, ACL out for the season.
That's a shame.
That's unfortunate for them.
Good back.
Kramer, what are you doing? 3-1, 2-2, 1-3.
My issue is one that Todd Bowles just completely owned Kubiak last year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a tough spot. I also think that the Seattle could struggle against teams who have the ability to put points up.
Right.
Do I think Washington's a little overrated? Could that be a letdown spot for the Commanders coming off a game? I think are the Commanders coming off a Monday night game in Kansas City and then Detroit on deck. So I'll say 2-2. I'll say that. Well, actually, yeah, they can win the Houston game and they can. Oh, it's a tough stretch though. I could go 1-3 here.
You could,
but I'll go 2-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, did Kubiak bring the Saints team over with him to Seattle? By the way, the Todd Bowles dominated for crying out loud. Let's get a little too much. They dominated Todd.
I'm throwing it out there.
All right.
They
Kubiak revenge spot. Then I'm glad you brought that up.
If Jake Hayner's playing, that's definitely going to impact my handicap.
Strangely, I think the Houston game is winnable because I think Houston could be more of a defense first team this year as well.
100%.
I'll say 2-2. Do they have a chance to shock the world at Washington? Certainly, but I think of Tampa at Jacksonville, Houston at home, they win 2 of those and probably lose to Washington. So 2-2 sounds.
All right, quick update. Where's everyone at?
Kramer 3-5. I'm 4-4. CJ 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, CJ.
All different flavors.
Get
of the
a
Seahawks
room.
Team.
I mean, they won 10 games last year. I know.
Lucky 10.
What'd you guys have at last year? 4 wins apiece for crying out loud.
I was very down on them.
I'll be
higher. I'll be higher this year.
He's going out to the farm. Arizona at home.
Yep.
At Los Angeles to play the Rams, and then this is the first back-to-back road spot of the season for them. They go at Rams, at Tennessee. And then
Sam Darnold revenge game.
Oh, they're gonna
Vikings.
Let's go.
That's I'll jump in here. I like this. I like this stretch. I like this stretch. Kyler Murray.
Take the reins.
Kyler Murray outdoors. Smash.
Yeah.
At the Rams. Maybe
Tough divisional game.
Yeah.
It'll be a battle. I'll take those
Kyler
points.
outdoors versus Sam Darnold's outdoors.
Yeah, but Kyler, come on. Kyler's cooked. I can't wait to shred the Cardinals. I think they win one of the road games. Now, if they beat the Rams, they might have a letdown randomly against the Titans. So I would not be shocked. It's also it's kind of a sneaky game. Yeah, I think the Titans should be bad, but you're a non-conference road favorite with that big like Vikings game look ahead spot. So I'm believing in them a little bit here. I think this is a 3-1 chunk, but they could randomly trip up against Tennessee. 4-0 isn't out of the question, but I'll say 3-1. CJ.
Yeah, you make a good point there. That Tennessee game could be tricky. I'm like that's the dub, but I have them losing to the Rams there. I think they beat Arizona for sure because that's a split with Arizona. We had them losing the Thursday night game.
Yeah,
Rams game will be tough. I'll take those points if it's a look at 4.5. They win Tennessee and they beat Minnesota in the Sam Darnold revenge game. That's your game of the year. Right
lock that up now. So JJ McCarthy can't handle the 12th man. So CJ, it sounds like you're 3-1.
3-1. Yep.
Okay. All right, CJ 8-4 right now. I'm 7-5. Ryan 3-5. He could tie me here if he goes 4-0.
I think they might have started 8-4 last year, and then they kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
I don't like directionally. I don't want to give him this kind of love, but this could be 3. This could be 3.
That's an all-time handicap.
This could be 3-1.
I was directionally pointed you in the right direction.
I'm directionally opposed to this.
My vector is pointing in the right direction, sir. 3-1. I don't know if Tennessee.
Is that a question or is that your answer?
Is Tennessee really? Yeah, you know what? I'll give 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
I'll stay safe.
Who's the second
5.
loss? Name it. Name names. Don't just throw numbers out there. You put your name on who's beating them in that the second team is beating them. I'll give you the Rams. That's your free square.
I'm pretty sure I had them losing potentially to the Seahawks or the Chargers.
They're going to beat them.
They are the
Tennessee.
Seahawks.
No, Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think the Titans. To your point, it's a back-to-back road spot. If could I see Cam Ward and this Titans team randomly getting
all right.
But it should be maybe
You're not selling CJ.
maybe I should say 3-1 here.
No, I mean I'll give you the Tennessee.
It's still
game.
a road
no, take
game.
it 2 and 2.
I
I'll give
don't
you the
know how
Tennessee
good-
game as long as that's fine.
Again, Sam Darnold might suck.
all right,
1 and 3.
100%.
No, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. Don't be correct.
Last 5.
The end zone boys will be heckling there at the.
Last 4, 5. Last 5 at Atlanta. Ooh, Sophie's choice there. Indy at home. Rams at home. At Carolina. At Niners.
That's almost a sound drop, CJ.
Now we're
It's like
getting
he's
tasty.
appetized.
Yes.
He's hungry, but he's also thinking a little bit.
I was mid story at the dinner table, and the waiter
crave.
just put the plate
Yeah,
down
it's
and didn't.
I
I
Look
forgot.
at those garlic nuts.
Explain this.
Oysters.
Oyster. Explain yourself, CJ. Why are you so excited about this last 5?
Well, I mean, you look at that last stretch. I do think that Atlanta is definitely a loss off the Sam Darnold game.
Oh.
Great letdown spot to Atlanta. That's a tough spot to play
Yeah.
in. Colts an absolute joke coming into town. So you get
Yes,
them back. So
agreed.
they're back on it, and now you have the quick turnaround home Rams game, which might be for the division right there. Revenge after the split. They lost at LA in week 11 in our book. I mean, I see that.
It's true.
Getting that game. Now you can have a letdown spot at Carolina, and who knows? Week 18 is impossible to handicap. The Niners season could have been tanked 10 weeks ago after McCaffrey got hurt again. But if they need to win it, if they need to run the board, Carolina obviously a winnable game, locked in the last couple of weeks, and then you're at San Francisco, and it might be put away by then. But I think they did lose it, so I'll go 3 and 2 there.
3 and 2. I'll go 2 and 3. Slightly pessimistic. I'll just say they probably win their home games. The Colts and Rams. Now maybe they lose the Rams. They beat the Cardinals. They lose to the Rams. They beat the 49ers at Atlanta. Certainly winnable, but I just think situation spot it's going to be tough. Again, don't like taking them in the East Coast ish area. But Indy, I think, is a great spot for them, and then they win one of these other 4. I think they'll be all right. So yeah, I 2 and 3 in that last chunk, but that 3 and 1, good second half of the season, 9 and 8. So, and they could end up being a better team, but with maybe they don't win some of these close score games. Ball doesn't bounce their way a little bit more. Darnold and Geno Smith. This just feels like the ultimate lateral move. So 10 and 7 to 9 and 8. I'm not killing them, but I don't think they're growing from 10 and 7.
It's that they're both over 7.5. Both those number projections.
Yeah,
well
no,
over.
I thought I'd be possibly on the under, having them a game and a half over, and I could probably get them to 10 and 7 if I wanted, but I'll pump the brakes here. Kramer, what are you doing here? Last 5, 2 and 3, and Kramer has them 7 and 10. For your 2025 Seattle Seahawks. We're going to talk about our favorite bets, but of course, hopefully you guys already getting out there to the Circa, the beautiful Circa in Las Vegas. All 3 of us will be out there for Circa contest weekend. Very fun weekend. Come hang out, say what's up to us. There's if you sign up for the contest, there's an open bar that Thursday night, August 21st through the 23rd. Great weekend to come out. Use the promo code SGP15, 15% off your stay, and get in on the contest. 22.5 million guaranteed up for grabs. Love the Circa, love the contest. It's a great hang, great vibes. And of course, while you're doing that, of course, you'll need a proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP, get you $50 off your proxy fees. They are our official proxy, and been used them last year. Can totally trust Maddie. Was a good guest as well over on the Raiders preview. So, and of course, CJ and the road to 20 million. CJ, where are we at with the what do we have an official number of entries we'll be getting down on? Where are we at with
the $20 into 20 million?
That's
Sean,
right, sorry.
not the road.
My God.
Last year's was the road to 10 million. This year's
First Jalen Waddle, then that.
this is turning $20 into 20 million. And the goal was to get to around 11,000 to get to max 10 entries and then the one circa million. That did not work out. We got close. We got to 9,000.
Yeah.
Then we started
That's
pushing the
solid.
envelope. But that wasn't the goal. We kept pushing the envelope. So now we're down to, I don't know, a couple of things got away from me at the tables when I was at Vegas.
Does that count?
I mean, so I dipped into it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's looking like right now.
Oh no, it's looking
Yeah.
like it's not a good
It's a
start.
projection.
Yeah, we're projecting. Well, there's still things that can happen between now and that day.
true.
That's for sure.
It's true.
But right now, I'm not going to go below 5 survivor entries.
Oh, yes.
And 1 circa million.
Cannot wait to hear the strategy, the approach. It's going to be a super fun Survivor season. Of course, also Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code SGPN. Get in on the pick 'em higher, lower. Plenty of ways to win. And of course, Best Ball Mania, 15 million up for grabs. $2 million to first place. Imagine drafting a fantasy football team, not even having to set the lineup and still winning $2 million fucking dollars. Hell yeah. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. All right, CJ. Well, let's start with Kramer.
What was my record officially?
You
by the way?
officially had the 2025 Seattle Seahawks going 11-6.
Oh, whoa.
What, one more win?
Oh, get the fish.
What, one more win than last year is
Oh,
impossible,
whoa.
Ryan? I mean,
Come
I don't know
on.
what I honestly don't know what you don't like about Mike McDonald.
So
be honest
Ryan,
I don't know. He's a weirdo.
Ryan has
I don't
him,
have a good reason.
Ryan has them 7-10. Their win totals at 7.5.
Okay,
Ryan,
that's an
so
under.
you're on the under 7.5.
I'm
wins.
going back. I'm reviewing my work here, and I mean, I feel like I was about as pessimistic as you could be.
I do think the floor is low with Darnold, right? If he doesn't keep that magic that he had last year,
Maybe that's what I'm worried.
the floor is low on Darnold, but the floor on the team, I think, is decently high because of their running game, because of their and we assume the running game is going to be better.
We see this a lot, though.
I like the running backs. I don't know about the running game. I guess
You have a good-
and I think their defense is good.
I also think just part of me wants
good
to
home field.
not give the coach a ton of as much carryover credit because there was a decent amount of the offense is brand new. And
Yeah.
I also do not so I don't buy in with the quarterback or the you know what I'm sticking with the under.
He's a great defensive schemer too.
Yeah,
he's a brilliant defensive schemer.
Now,
I mean, he was the hot coach.
In
coming
my head
over
though,
there.
also with that defense proliferating so much,
Yeah.
we see this once it spreads too much, people figure it out. And I wonder, we're now we had 3+ assistants leave the Ravens, run that defense somewhere else. Are we now at a point where we could potentially see that defense become rendered useless?
No, I wouldn't say
Great
that.
take, CJ.
I
That's
wouldn't
even
say
more
that.
reason
The
to play
way the way Tinker's just in mid-season,
He's a good adjuster.
He's a great adjuster, and I was really impressed just how he converted just the roster during the season. He added Ernest Jones, a linebacker, mid-year, who instantly brought that unit together. That he knows what they need, and the way he adjusts it was pretty mind-boggling. I think they overcame a lot with Geno Smith being their quarterback.
Oh wow!
And I like Geno.
You
Smith.
wouldn't say that if Geno was.
I mean, listen. He's going to go run the tables down in Vegas. Seattle did not write him back, so he had to go down there.
What was Gino's official quote?
Yeah, I didn't hear to get lucky with. I didn't hear to roll the dice. I came here to run the table. That's pretty great.
But you do to run the table. You do have to roll the dice.
Yes.
Do you think he has a ghost?
Right.
He
Or
has
at
a
least
ghost
someone has to roll the dice.
He's got someone writing for him,
But,
right?
yeah,
It's slapped, as the kids say.
but I'll say with that defense, I already said the linebackers, the weaker of the crew, and the linebackers are still fine. But that D line, they have 5-6 guys that they can rotate that are beasts, and that's secondary. I'm not saying they're Legion of Boom, but that's as good as they've been since that era. I mean, even with Cody Bryant at safety, I just like that cornerback duo as well. They're pretty tough.
I perhaps I'm being
You don't care about defense. I know that about you, Kramer. I mean, you like the innovative offense. I get
No,
you, and
It's not that I want an innovative
Advanced.
offense. I just don't want Sam Darnold and Clint Kubiak.
Fair enough.
Do we?
That's what I'm.
Do we? And now CJ's obviously a hair higher than us, Kramer. But what about Sam Darnold? Most interceptions, 16-1 on Circa. He's every year he's been the main starter. He's had double-digit interceptions.
You don't bring
even last year in a great year. He had 12 interceptions.
Yeah.
What was the leader last year? 15.
It was.
Or was it even higher?
Yeah, my pushback on that though is like what we said. Like
I don't think they're going to throw a lot.
Right, the
to your
system
point.
they changed. You're right. I mean, he threw the ball a lot, obviously, to volume with Minnesota, and that's going to produce interceptions. But you're right, Sam Darnold does throw a lot of interceptions. But I think if he does throw interceptions, I think that there will be no problem pulling him. Like they want to get Milroe in there. They want to do fun things with him.
That's the other thing I wonder. Well, you don't have Drew Lock as your backup if you plan on. So Sam Darnold is the favorite to lead the league in interceptions.
Yeah,
what market are you looking at?
Most regular season interceptions.
So Kirk Cousins actually had the most last year. He was at 16, tied with Baker with 16.
Baker,
they
that's right.
dead heated.
So my position's on Penix at 16-1.
So yeah, Circa has Baker at 10-1, Cam Ward 11-1, Dak 16-1, Jared Goff 14-1 So they have some guys.
Can we get a Cousins
Darnold
number?
is 16-1.
Can we get a Kirk Cousins number, even though he's not even a starting quarterback? Right? I mean, what if he gets traded to the Jets or something? Give me Kirk Cousins.
I mean, I guess I do think he could suck. I just don't think McDonald would tolerate.
He wouldn't put up with that.
I agree with that.
And so they would just bench him, right? Like they would just move on to the next quarterback.
I bet.
Ryan, are you going to play them fourth place in the division?
So
Because I know you're you're greasing up for Kyler. You're very excited. I mean, do you have the 49ers and Rams better than this team?
As much as I would love to hate on the Niners, their floor is just much higher.
Yeah.
I know that their offense is going to be able to operate with whatever quarterback is out there. And I know that, as much as we've thrown some shade at Robert Saleh, he's clearly a good coordinator and maybe not a head coach guy. So I think I would. Now the question is, there's a couple different ways you can play this because I do like some exact orders. I can save them for the other team. So why don't we just do Seattle fourth place?
Okay. What do you get that at, Ryan?
Plus 185. Is that good enough for you?
Not for me.
Better chance they finish in last place or make the playoffs.
Yeah, because that's a similar price. Well, it's weird. They have a knack for winning 9 or 10 games and not getting into the playoffs. But I feel like 9 and 8 might be able to get you in here. It's going to depend on. I think it will come down to tiebreakers once again.
Like no bullshit. This was like, oh, you're going into the season with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. What? Come on,
no,
Sean,
I know.
Where are you at?
I know. Well, when you phrase it like that, fourth place is more likely than missed playoffs. But I'm not as high on Arizona. I think Rams are precarious.
So you worry about the fragility of the entire division.
Yeah, it is a toss up. Which, if you're slightly high on them to win the division at plus 550, that might be the best division bet, right? Because
yes, it's a much better price than the Rams price, which got swallowed up,
Yeah.
And then I like them better than
Sharps
Arizona
like us,
for
man.
sure.
Well, when the Rams are 2-1, I'm like, yeah, I'll take a little bit of that.
But the Niners are running away with that division just because.
So CJ,
because
you're not gonna take them to win the division at plus 550.
I'd rather play an alt over 8.5.
Yeah.
So
let's. I do have one fun bet for the Seahawks. Cooper Kupp most receiving yards, NFC West, just in case.
Just in case
that old salty dog's
You
got
think
a
there's
little
a
left.
chance there?
Just in case that chip on his shoulder is not 100-pound weight on his shoulder, because that's what it looks like the way he runs routes recently.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not at all. I mean,
I'm already in on Puka for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think he's the favorite for a reason, and totally makes sense there. I also like the Pearsall long shot receiving yards for the division, just in case Puka maybe gets banged up, misses some time.
Yeah,
the formula there is just this guy, has had a history of having a shit ton of receiving yards. Maybe he's got one last run.
But
left
the
in
Rams
tank.
just let him go.
I know, and he was in like what the GM's wedding or something or a quarter. I mean, like they love
They
Cooper
just
Kupp. For
let
them
him
to let
go.
him
Let
go,
him
No,
that's crazy.
It's a massive red flag
For sure.
It's 60-1. It's just in case.
But it's
I don't want to miss out on a random
for sure.
old man season from Cooper Kupp.
No,
He loves the Grateful Dead. Shout out to the Dead.
it is why though. I will say this real quick. There's five guys are tied for the lowest odds for most interceptions: Darnold, Stafford, Cam Ward, JJ,
Yeah,
and Baker.
I mean, those odds are intriguing to
You
me.
got like JJ, not Kevin O'Connell volume offense.
He's not a rookie, CJ. He was
Whoa,
virtually
Here
working
we go.
the entire season.
But
yeah, he's virtually taking reps.
but to your point on Cooper Kupp, I do not believe Cooper Kupp is going to do anything. I believe he's corpse out
It's
there.
fair.
You know, he'll still run routes. He'll still do some quick routes. But I think is why I love JSN so much this year. I think he's literally going to be. He was already a target monster last year at his breakout year. I think he's going to be even more. I think like you said, Darnold's not going to throw much, but when he does, it's going to JSN. And I'm not afraid of him going out wide. He played that in Ohio State just fine. He's not just a slot monster, if you will, hot for the slots.
So, so what are you gonna play?
So he had 137 targets last year, 100 catches. To lead the league in receptions is 20-1. Just to lead the league in receptions.
Neighbors is in the league though.
Neighbors is in the league.
Yeah.
That was my last year's ticket at 75-1. Then he decided to go to a Travis Scott concert and missed 2 games.
Oh, here we go.
650 just to lead the West is not bad in yards there. You do have to fade Puka, but that's basically about it.
I prefer that one.
Yeah, plus 650 to lead the league in West in yards, which is fine. And then the other one I wanted with JSN, well, offense player of the year is a bit aggressive for 100-1. But at 100-1, I mean, I think he's going to put up a lot of crazy numbers just for receptions and yards wise. You can, and then when you get in the division, I'm locking on him and of course both running backs. Kenneth Walker III has incredible advanced numbers as far as breakaway. Like the problem is that O-line, but plus 600 to lead the West in yards, 65-1 to lead the league in yards. I kind of like that more because of his breakaway games. 151 offensive player of the year. Or if you really want to swing some pins, we all love Zach Charbonnet. We all know Walker can get hurt.
Oh yeah,
Charbonnet.
So Charbonnet's where you want to get at it.
What's Charbonnet to lead the NFC West? Because I think
To lead the NFC West in yards, you can get that right now at 75-1 at DraftKings. In touchdowns, 65-1.
Scrap the scrap the Cooper Kupp. This
Whoa.
one,
Yes.
What's happening?
So put me down as off for Charbonnet touchdowns and yards, 65-1, 75-1. Here's who are you fading, by the way, besides Kenneth Walker, his own teammate. CMC, you know, Kyron Williams, and James Conner, but all injury prone.
yes.
You know what I mean? Very high injury risks.
James Conner definitely injury prone.
CMC
Look at
and Kyron.
Look at some of the Charbonnet breakout games.
Yeah.
Last year it was crazy.
And they like him. And that's the only problem with I like Walker a lot. And
They like both guys.
They
I
like
think.
both guys, and they should. They're both great. I mean, I'm not that I root for an injury there for that third string McIntyre right there, but that opens up some things. But no, like even if Walker is healthy, it's still going to be a 60-40, 70-30 kind of share. But apparently the reports are they really love what Walker's doing again this year.
I mean, I think I've read a lot of positives. I honestly haven't read too many negatives about Seahawks camp, but I've read nothing about the quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, fine.
Other than Jalen Milroe, both looks nowhere near ready to play football and is having clean practices.
Well, but let's just go back to the Charbonnet, especially the touchdowns. Like he had multiple 2-touchdown games. Now some of those were filling in for Kenneth Walker, but he quote unquote started 6 games. He got 8 touchdowns on 135 carries. This doesn't need to be a Kenneth Walker is completely done for the entire season. All you need is Kenneth Walker to maybe miss 6 or 7 games. And this is just a smash opportunity. So I almost like the touchdowns better, but I'll sprinkle both there.
Play 'em both.
Zach Charbonnet to lead the NFC West in touchdowns 65-1, rush yards is 75-1 just in case. But I like.
Do you know what
those.
his overall rushing touchdowns number is?
Probably like 150-1.
300-1.
Really?
Oh my god!
I mean, he had 8 on. God, I should have a bet on everyone who won me a 2 touchdown bet this season.
It's like a qualifier event. If you cash a 2 touchdown, you get a season future next year. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much fun here. Maybe I don't want to take a alt under at a not very fun price. See, I mean, like I said, Sean, you don't have to bet on you don't have to put 15 bets on every team like the Jags.
Yeah, you to talk to yourself. So CJ,
Yep.
you officially, I may have missed 1 or 2 here. Over 7.5 wins. JSN most receiving.
Over 8.5 wins as well. Alt plus, that's plus 220.
Okay, over 8.5 wins. Plus 220.
Yeah.
JSN most receptions in the league 20-1.
Yep.
JSN most receiving yards in the NFC West plus 650. The Charbonnet ones we just did for the division rush yards and rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and just in case, give me Kenneth Walker to lead the league in rushing yards 65-1.
Okay.
That came out of nowhere.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Well, I talked it earlier on, but then the Charbonnet numbers got too sexy for me. But I want to give Kenneth Walker some respect and have a little investment in him because I think his ceiling is very high. Kenneth Walker, his floor is a little lower, injury wise, blah blah blah. But when he's out there, he's explosive.
Oh, I mean, they're both good running backs. I understand. Overall, the big picture. We'll see what they do. Gray Zabel being there for them is another reason why I can't totally fade this team because they get that interior push with Charbonnet and with Kenneth Walker. God, you make the job really easy.
Who is the Michigan
like
State coach who did the phone sex scan?
Mel Tucker?
Mel Tucker, yeah. Kenneth Walker basically got Mel Tucker $100 million when he got
Midnight Mel.
Right, Midnight Mel. The 5 touchdowns and 300 yards.
Mel Tucker, all time, no fucks to give.
Love him. Love Mel Tucker.
Hey, 32 NFL team previews. Toss us a bone. Give us a nice rating on Spotify. Any questions you ask on the Spotify where you can ask the questions, I will answer. So always hop in over there. Toss us 5 stars on Spotify. Only takes you 2 seconds. Make sure you check out CJ Sullivan doing a bunch of previews for the National Football League as well. Bottom Line Bombs is the podcast wherever you can find.
You know what, Sean?
Podcasts.
One bet.
Really?
I thought we were gonna get to it. I didn't bring it up. Under on the points, 389.5. That's how we fade.
That's
Darnold.
nice. That's nice.
The defense can still be good. That's how we fade Darnold.
Okay.
There you go. One more bonus bet from Kramer. And if you're watching live, youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast, we'll be on in a half an hour doing our pros versus Joe's best ball draft. If you're looking for a little extra action,
will we get Malik Neighbors with
hopefully not. I'm going to veto any Malik Neighbors.
No.
Stay tuned.
That's impossible.
Tune in for the Malik Neighbors debate. All that and much more. And of course, as always,
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
for the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second Money Green. He's Ryan.
Go Sea Dragons.
Kramer. Let it ride.
I'm wet.